podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sin. Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Episode 17 of The Owl House, Wing It Like Witches, Bend It Like Beckham. Okay, this episode should have been called Basha the Bitch. Seriously, this is one nasty girl. It's a sports episode. Every 90s kid sports movie, that's like Mighty Ducks, stuff like that. It's just someone who's never played sports or only has like the kinda understands what high school sports. Like I played high school football, and it just, everything in this is just all the cliche stuff, even stuff from like the 80s, oh, the captain of the team is such a jerk, and oh, she hates the nerd. And it's too on the nose, it's too easy. And the anything I ever hear about this episode is, look how Amity blushes whenever Luce is around. Again, that's all you need, because that's all they ever talk about in this episode. No one even talks about any of the kind of interesting stuff. Luce learns a new spell. I didn't know that just from everything I see on Twitter about this episode. It's all about, oh, look, she's blushing. Oh, she's blushing. Oh, she loves her so much. It's actually getting on the level of obsession. It's a little weird. When we get to it, we'll talk about it. But overall, not another good episode. This is it's a know-nothing episode unless you just like seeing Amity blush. But we open up with Basha, and doesn't she look nice with her hair down? But I guess she's like psyching herself up because she's the captain of the rugby team. It's everyone loves her for it. So she's just walking through town, and everyone's like, oh, there she is, gonna bring us another championship. I do like this little guy, because the old lady's like, why can't you be more like her?
Why can't you be more like her?
I love this. Even this little dude knows that this girl's no good. She's awful. She treats everyone like crap. She's not a good person. But I guess she's getting to school, and since Amity left the group, I guess like we have this other, we've seen this other girl with the green hair before, but she was background. I guess she got elevated to next spot up. But Basha walks in, and she's used to like being praised by everyone. All the groveling starts here. Again, it's a little too much how much they love this girl, and it even gets to the point to where the teachers are allowing her to be evil. Well, not even bad, just like straight up evil and cruel, just because she's good at a sport. That doesn't happen. Not whatever. But she's like, where's everyone out? And Willow making, she's really good with her plant magic. So like she's able to make like plants look like people, and I think that's so cool. So she makes one for this one guy, and it's like a eggplant monster. And he's like, oh, wow, you're so awesome. Are we going by the rule that whenever someone blushes, they're automatically 1,000,000% in love with somebody? Because that would make Willow in love with this guy, right? I guess we're going by Twitter rules. But everyone's like, oh, that's so cool. But of course, Basha has to be just mean and nasty. Walks by, she's so pathetic. She has to make her own friends. Willow. So Willow gets a little upset about that. But I'm glad Amity lived up to her word. Remember when she said she wasn't going to allow them to bully her anymore. So she kind of goes, you know what? When I used to hang out with you, I was like you before. I cared about popularity and everything, but I grew up. So, when are you going to grow up, Basha? And and everyone laughs at her.
Obsessed with status, challenging my competition, but I grew up. When will you? This is not gonna fly.
But did this do her any good or worse? Because then Basha just goes in like 10 times harder. I don't know about you, but with guys, when I went in high school, you end up just fighting this guy. I'm not advocating violence or anything like that, but that's what ends up happening when things go like this far. Someone just needs an ass whooping. Anyways, I digress. We get the opener. We have Ida dropping Luce off at school, and I guess, oh, it's my first rugby season. And then Ida's like, I used to play rugby, and I was like the star player, but she always cheated. And she's like, well, it doesn't matter. If cheaters don't prosper, how come I won all the time? I don't, there's like the negative message, right? The false message, like, oh, it's okay to cheat. It's not. And I do like the fact that Luce is like, forget it, I'm not going to argue with you. You can't argue with your craziness. Just do what you want to do. I guess these are like little gags that are, I don't know if I like these or not, because like King was in her hood, but he's like pretty big. He's the size of like a medium-sized dog. She just pulls him literally out of her hood out of nowhere. Like it's like a hood of holding. and then he's still sleeping, and then he climbs inside to eat his hair, and he like hides in there. I don't know if I like these gags. I didn't really smile or anything, but I guess he's hiding in her hair, and then she goes off home. Then we have history class, and they're not paying attention. I always hate this too. Even the good kids aren't paying attention in class. If you're gonna have the kids in school, treat it like a school. Don't treat it like, oh, this is just where they hang out and stuff. A lot of animes are guilty of this too, where no one does any schoolwork or anything. It's just there to hang out. So they're like learning about like, there's some interesting stuff here about like how each house has a head witch, but it's like background talking. So like you're not, it's a hint where they're supposed to know that this is how I'm more interested in this history class than I am with this stupid thing. So they're learning about Grugby Ball, Grug Ball, and whatever the hell it's called. And Luz is like, oh, I learned all about magical sports. Like, and then she pulls out a Good Witch Azura. And I thought, is that a DVD case? So is this a cartoon? Or is this like a movie? Because it's impossible to tell because it's all animated. That's kind of stupid. I honestly thought the Good Witch Azura books were like hard fantasy books. They were like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. But I guess there's like stupid side story. Like, was this character like a Barbie type character where there's literally like a million Barbie movies that cover every subject? So is that what this is? So it's like her playing a sport? I lost respect, a little bit of respect for the Good Witches, or I went down a notch. They're looking at this and she's like, oh, wow. Then Gus is like, oh, is this a shiny cookie? So they don't know what a DVD is. But later in the episode, Amity talks about watching this movie. So how the hell did she watch this movie? This movie exists? I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. The teacher calls on Willow. Oh, so how did they build this great castle or something? And then she kind of she wasn't paying attention. So she kind of just says, oh, what's it? Pixie taxes? Oh, good job. So everyone kind of cheers her on. People like Willow now, like, because she's pretty cool. She's not necessarily like, oh, she's the super popular, beautiful girl, but she's super smart and she's kind. That will take you way further in life than just being the popular kid in high school, being nice and kind to people. So everyone kind of cheers her on. So she feels a little happy. She even has like a little thingy, a little like hair barrette. Very cute. I like it. And then Basha just pulls it out of her hair and starts making fun of her, like really loud. The teacher just not paying attention to this. Like, I was seriously like, well, the teacher's right there. And this is another thing I don't like about the show. All the teachers are idiots. And in this part, it blew my mind. Not only the teachers are stupid, they're actually complacent in bad behavior and actually probably part of the problem. I do like how Luz sticks up for her friend. Hey, you leave her alone. Yeah, she is. Oh, that's, she's pretty. And I was like, yeah, she is pretty. Now give that back to me. It's hers. Again, the teacher would totally jump in there. Gus goes in and just snatches it out of her hand. Good. I like that. Good friends, but during class, someone would get in trouble. Then they're causing more crap, more than anything. The teacher's like, hey, what's going on here? But she like took her bag and dumped out all her stuff. Again, the teacher just doesn't say anything. Whoa, what's going on? Are you guys having fun over there? He blames them. Oh my God. I hate this so much. But like, no, it was Basha. She's picking on us. Oh, I just needed some practice. And then the teacher, this is unbelievable.
Basha, how could you throw things at them when you could throw things at me?
Are you kidding me? This doesn't happen. This is someone who hates sports. They hate the jocks. Oh, they always picked on me. And I guarantee you they never really did. It was just like some outward, it was a perceived injustice. Why throw things at her? We could throw things at me. Oh no, I get the perfect target. And she's like throwing gum in her hair and stuff. So the teacher is watching this and he's cool with it. I don't know what to say about that. That's just ridiculous. Here's another funny thing. Molly, again, was on the writing team for this episode. And I just looked on Twitter. I'm not telling them to talk about stuff that's outside the show. She's begging for more work. It's hilarious. Oh, just let everyone know. I would like to write some more shows. When you got an e-bag, no one's calling. They don't want your services. Anyways, whatever. Back to the show. So they're going to just keep bullying her. Luz is like, oh, she can't follow us around all day. And it's like, oh, she followed us around all day. So she was terrorizing these three kids. No, really? There's not some older kids here. It's weird because this school seems to have every grade, like all the way up to like 18, 19-year-olds, because that's how old, I'm assuming that's how old Amity's older brother and sister are, because they're so much taller and they're like 15. So that would make them like 18. But isn't it kind of weird that they wrote on their face round ears? Isn't that kind of like a slur? This is just like, I don't want to get to like, it's like a racial and everything, but it kind of seems that way. So they were just allowed to terrorize these three kids because she's good at this sport. It's like, man, Amity can get away with murder. And here's Bump.
Basha could get away with murder if she wanted to.
What's this? Basha got away with murder? I can't say I approve, but at least she's trying new things.
What? I know. What? That's insane. So you're telling me the parents of these kids are just cool with this too? All the setup. I know Bosch is bad. We already know that. They should have went way more subtle, like maybe leaving like, oh, they left like a spell in her locker to like, make her books disappear, or, trip her in the hallway, little things. No, this is like full on terrorism. Ridiculous. This writing is terrible. So they're like, it's like, oh, there's got to be somebody that can help. And then like, oh, there's Amity, and Amity used to be her friend. So like Luce runs up to her and she's like, oh, I need your, first she runs up to her and then we get this stuff.
Oh, Luce, you're here. I mean, obviously you're here. This is school. And you go here now with me. I've been talking for too long.
She used to be really cool. Like she was the cool, collected, like awesome girl. But now she's like fumbling all over herself and everything. I know when you have a crush on someone or you care about someone, it does kind of make you a little goofy. Love makes you go, stupid. It's a little much. And I know it's like, it's so cute. But, once or twice, it's throughout this whole entire episode. And it's every single time she's around Luce. And I don't know about you guys. Luce is like 1,000,000% unaware of any of this. Like she just doesn't get it. Don't you realize that she's acting completely different around you like she used to, like all the time? That just shows you how immature Luce is and how not ready for a relationship she is. But it's like, oh, there you are, Luce. Yeah, we go to the same school, and and she just keeps like blabbering, and it's a little much. It's like, oh, we need your help. Oh, I can help you. I can help you. I can do anything to help you. You want me to help? I can help. I'm good at helping. She's like, oh, used to be Bosch's friend. Can you tell her to leave us the hell alone? She's like, well, we're not friends anymore and like that. And she's going to keep doing it. Like, that's how she is. She only, especially around this time of the year, because it's like whatever sports season, she's going to be even more aggressive. Then we see that Willow gets a bunch of trash dumped on her from the upper level, and Bosch's like, oops, I just wanted to put all the trash together, and like calling her garbage. Again, this is just go up and just punch her in the damn face. She's gone too far. This isn't just like teasing or anything like that. This is full blown, like, you're making this poor girl like hate herself. No. See, I don't know. That's just the way that's how I would handle the damn situation, because apparently the teacher aren't going to help. So you got to take this in your own damn hands. Does more things that she never, ever gets in trouble for. She never gets any type of comeuppance, or she kind of says sorry for doing this, but it all works out in the end, so she was right. They got to there needs to be an episode where Luce does this, I'm the hero and I'm going to make decisions for people, and it goes horribly wrong. But of course, it always goes right because she's Luce. Oh, you know what, Basha? Willow's going to challenge you to a rugby game. Thanks for nominating me, you freaking idiot. I couldn't believe that's what she thought I was going to do. And then even Willow's like, what are you talking about? I don't want to do this. Oh, no, this is going to work out. Yes, thank you, Lucy. You know everything. We get back to Ida, and she's talking to King like, oh, I was the youngest player on my team, but I was the best player. Oh my goodness, she's so adorable. It's almost like I want to watch a show about young Ida. That seems like 1,000,000 times more interesting than any of this. But look at her. Wow, she's just absolutely just like the cutest thing that ever existed. She's like, oh yeah, but I always cheated. And she like pulls out her big old box of cheats. Oh, I had everything in here, like all these different little tricks and spells. And I'm thinking, okay, so if you were naturally good enough, then why cheat? Don't you want to win, like, and be proud of yourself? I don't know, but Ida doesn't really care about that. Hootie opens the door. Hey, look who I found, and it's Lilith, and dumps Lilith on the ground. And he's like, look who I found. And then I guess she's here to arrest Ida, like she was supposed to do before, but she seems a little more distressed about it. And I'm thinking, the Emperor must be losing his patience. Like, he's pretty much gave her free reign to kind of like deal this on her own time, because she even mentions the king has the Emperor has like these new big plans, and he wants you part of it because he knows Ida's like ridiculously strong. So I am so much more interested in this. Again, go to Twitter and type in this episode. It's all Lumity. Oh, Lumity, oh, blushing, Lumity. Nobody cares about the storyline. I'm the only one who freaking cares. Me and the 3 people in my Discord who watch the show. I want this. And then she says something that's incorrect. Someone who actually played sports. That's not the uniform. That would be like her Letterman jacket. You don't wear that during the game, so it wouldn't be your uniform, but whatever. But she's like, I'm going to basically call you in, but she's not going to let that happen. Then they make they start talking about the rugby ball. She's like, oh, you may have been the best player, but there was a reason why I was team captain. And she opens up that photo. And my goodness, she had red hair too. First, I didn't think this was Lilith, but if you look at the eyes and everything, it's her. My God, what happened to her red hair? These girls need to get their red hair back. Oh my goodness. So Lilith's older? Look how much taller than she is. That's another thing. I didn't think it was her. She's kind of hunched, like leaning over on her trophy, and she's still taller than Ida. But now Ida's taller than her and looks older. So was she the younger one? And then this curse kind of made, because in the previous episode, remember when she was, she probably thinks I'm like an old fuddy-duddy or whatever. If she's younger, then why was she worried about thinking that her sister thought she was too old? Unless she was just short and then she went through like a big growth spurt like during school. I don't know. But I want to watch this show. these girls, these sisters, man, these are the freaking cutest sisters in must be in the Boiling Isles history. Unbelievable. But she's like, hey, I'll challenge you to a rugby ball game. Just me versus you, one-on-one. And whoever wins, if you win, then I'll go in there. And then, if you win, you have to leave me alone. Then I guess she accepts the challenge. So the same time that Luce made her challenge, Ida did the same thing. It's so weird because what's the point of all this? This like on Order of the Emperor, and she like still treats it like, it's funny because after the game, like it seems a little way more serious than it actually is. But she takes the bet. Basha runs down there. Willow's like, what the hell were you talking about? I don't want to do this. I never even played this stupid game. Then Basha's like, I was on the second floor. I'm pretty sure I misheard you saying you were going to challenge me. Lucy's like, yeah, I am challenging you. Willow doesn't want to do it, but I guess the thing is, if we win, you have to leave us alone. But if we lose, we get to be like your punching bags or whatever. Like you get to use this for target practice and everything. Then she's like, oh yeah, I see you after school. So they're going to play a game. Never played it before, after school. So we're talking maybe a couple of hours. Did they just not have class anymore? Is that just not a thing anymore? They get minutes to train, maybe half an hour. I hate this so much. I played football, and if you've never played football before, I could probably go out there and show you like the basic rules and formations and stuff. And then throw you into a game with pads and everything, there's no way. Unless you just had like this, natural raw talent. No, so much no. This should have been, okay, we have a couple official games, but after that, we're on our bye. So in 3 weeks from now, the game is on. Okay, it gives the characters time to train and do stuff, but literally not even a full afternoon of training, and they're able to like keep up. I hate this so much. Basha kicks the ball and it like slams through the tree and bursts into flame.
See you after school, losers.
Okay, what is she freaking got superpowers now? Because she didn't cast a spell on the ball. She just kicked it and it blew up the tree. So is that just from like physical force? And this little dude right here is like Willow's biggest fan. He's like always cheering her on and everything. So I ship Willow and whoever the hell this little lizard guy is. But they're like, I can't believe you did this, Luce. Why are we doing this? She's like, oh, we're the scrappy underdogs like in all my movies. All we need is a little bit of practice and determination and we're going to win because we're the underdogs. They're going to make their team. So I guess it's just 3-on-3. So it's like, weird. Imagine playing rugby with just only 3 people, or just like, this feels like it's a mixture of 3-on-3 basketball, rugby, and Mutant League football because there's like traps in the thing that can kill people. So that's crazy. Amity's not going to join the team because, she can't be on the same team as Luce because then they do things like this.
Me? On a team with you? Running around in cute uniforms? Sweating? I gotta go!
The obsession. Remember I talked about earlier, the obsession? This is like, girl, you horny on main like hardcore. And you can tell that Luce doesn't reciprocate these types of feelings at all. She may like you, but she's not like, I don't know, wanting to like physically be with you. Again, I prescribe Amity 2 cold showers a day. Girl, you just got to calm down. You're coming in this way too hot. Whatever. They're going to go practice. So they get to the rugby ball field, and then, of course, Luce doesn't even know how this game is played. So they do like a quick little like demonstration. Oh, you get the ball and you got to throw it in the hoop. Willow's like, it's not that easy. Look, I guess the field itself, the court, let's call it a field because they're running around. It's more like rugby. So on the field, it's has all kinds of like things that can kill you. Like not even just like stop you like, oh, it's a sand trap thing. No, these are spikes. And then we see like axes and stuff during the game that can actually kill you. No. Has anyone died on the field? This is me, the most amateur person that's ever thought of anything in the world. This is how I saw the problem. Because I've thought of like fantasy storylines and like, what if there's like a combat school and like, how would they keep the students from killing each other? When you're on the field, these things may look like they could kill you, but they are just representations of traps. So if this spike hits you, it doesn't actually kill you. It will stun you for like 3 seconds. But if it's like a bigger trap, like the blade, that will stun you for 10 seconds. So there's like different things on the field that will stop you or slow you down or cause you to like have confusion or make, your vision only go so far. A bunch of little traps, nothing permanent. It'll all be magical or like illusion-esque, but nothing physically can harm you. 3, 4, 5 seconds of dialogue solves this problem. But of course, they don't care. It's all about, oh, look at her blushing. Ugh. So they're going to do a montage, and they don't know what a montage is. And he's like, oh, this is what it is. So they have a montage explaining what a montage is. They watched the movie. So they had a VCR. Or, oh my goodness, how old am I? They have a DVD player. So they watched like a sports movie. What's powering this TV? They have TV? But remember when he didn't know what a DVD was? So it was just like junk from Ida's place and she brought it to school. I'm asking too many questions, right? I'm trying to take this seriously. Then they have tea and they all dressed up as a thing. When I saw this image on Twitter before I watched the episode, I thought it was a fan art. It's in the actual episode. So like that was what a montage is. So like they experienced the montage. So like, oh, it's actually good to learn how to play the game. Cthulhu comes out of the ground and starts like, so I'm like, this thing is deadly. They're not gonna be able to play this game. They're gonna die. They're getting chased by fireballs. And I do like the fact that one lizard is like, you can do it, Willow. Well, you'll get him next time. Like he's constantly like, always like everything she does, he likes. I like this guy. I totally ship these two. Then they're kind of getting knocked around and everything. And then Luke's like, oh, watch this new spell. We can do the... So I guess in the stupid movie, there was like, I guess this Ivy branch jump. And that was like the thing that won the game. In that movie, were they playing rugby ball? So she would know the rules from watching the movie. Like she could have gleaned something, right? So they're going to try that. And she ended up just launching her friends into the air without even like warning them that's what was going to happen. Gus... Oh, I'm hurt, but he's not hurt. It's his stupid little flags. It broke Willow's little hair brooch thingy. And it's, Luce, you're crazy, girl. You're out of your damn mind sometimes. I'm getting so frustrated with how this girl can just do whatever she wants. You're kind of being a little bit of a bully yourself, Luce, in a not in a direct mean way, but you're pushing your friends into something they didn't want to do. So they're like, we're going to go to the infirmary and they're going to go fix his flags because that's how he's hurt because his flags got hurt, whatever. Even Luce kind of feels bad about this whole situation a little bit because even Willow's like, no, we're not doing this. And then she sees the broken pin and she's like, damn, I really did screw up. We get to the one-on-one game between Ida and Lilith. So in this one, they're not allowed to use magic. So what are the freaking rules of this game? Or is it just a physical thing? Because when we get to the game between Basha and Willow's team, they're using magic. So are you not allowed to use magic? Because they're different versions. Could you imagine certain games of basketball just had different rules? Like, oh, in this one, you can only do this. It's odd, right? Again, I played sports and I like the fact that there's rules and there's referees and there's fouls and there's penalties. There seems to be none of that. It's just like a freaking free-for-all. So they're not going to have any magic in their little battle. King's in a cheerleading outfit, and I do like the fact that it seems to me that she lied to him to put him in a dress because like, oh, this armor, and then she's like, yeah, totally armor. Putting a boy in a dress, that's funny. I thought we're supposed to be more tolerant than that, but so they're gonna start their match. I like the fact that Lilith's gonna play this in a full blown like to the ground dress. She must be very confident in her skills to pull that off. And like Ida's wearing high, like it's so crazy, right? So we see Lilith is no slouch either. She's flipping the ball and everything, and she's got some moves too. So they're gonna start their match. Get back to Luce, and she's trying to repair the little thing. She puts her boo-boo buddies. I want to be a boo-boo buddy. Puts a little band-aid on the thing, and then Anime walks up. So how's it going? Yeah, I pushed him too hard. And now I'm thinking, I don't know about this. I'm going to have to just solve this on my own. And Lilith's like, oh, Lilith. It's so funny. Remember how Anime and Lilith, she was like her protege? Is that ever going to come up again? Wasn't that like a thing? Because remember when they were rivals and all of a sudden they're just lovers now? But it was, I kind of like that idea. You had Ida and Lilith were butting heads, and then you had Anime and Luce kind of butting heads. So it's like, oh, I'm better than you, and my protege is better than your protege. That was something it feels like there's a missing season, that there should have been way more build up to this, like them becoming best friends and or girlfriends. There should have been more. Anyways, she's like, oh, before Basha became team captain, I was. And, when we were at the final championship, instead of using the game plan that we came up with, I wanted to be flashier. I wanted to do that stupid Ivy jump thing. She does it. They win the game, but she looks back and she hurt her teammates. So when the tree exploded, like knocked her friends over. But here's the thing. this is sports. You got to get up. You get hurt. You get knocked around. Not saying you purposely put your teammates in danger. You win the game, right? So I don't know. I played football. You get the ball. You scored the touchdown. You can talk about that stuff later. But come on, you got to toughen up a little bit. She goes, after that day, I can never play again. Okay, you just hurt your teammates once, and they weren't like physically forever hurting, like you broke someone's leg or something. As she's telling the story, like Luce is all up in her face, and she's blushing again. Goodness. Once or twice would have been fine, but it's literally in every single scene that they're in together. She sees that she's trying to make this better because she's like, here you go, hold on to this. I got to go talk to Basha. So I guess this is when they're supposed to have their match. And this is good. I do like this from Luce. She's like, you know what? The game's over. We forfeit. And leave Willow out of this. It's just you and me. So whatever you're going to do to me, do it to me. You're going to use me for target practice. You're going to make me be your water gopher. Whatever it is, I'll do it. Well, at least she's taking responsibility. And then Bosch is going to kill her. When she hits her with a fireball, this is going to physically hurt her and or kill her. What the hell? There should have been a couple of days where she was like the gopher. Oh, go clean up the field. Oh, pick up the cones. Carry the balls to the field. Oh, wash all your dirty laundry. There should have been more of that kind of stuff instead of I'm going to try to murder you. So they're chasing her around and yeah, it's full blown. She wants to kill her. Insane. Willow is repairing the little flags. Anime runs in there. Luce needs us now. Then we get this.
Be so stupid, which I love. I mean, hate.
She likes that she's stupid. She used the wrong words. Okay, anyone out there, you have a significant other, tell them, I just love how stupid you are. Just go ahead and just say that. See how well that goes over. What she probably meant to say was, she has this enthusiasm and she doesn't think things all the way through, but that's part of her charm. Much better than, I love that you're stupid. And I'm going to just go ahead and give you guys a hint. If you like how someone's silly and stupid all the time and it's just, oh, that's just so cute, that runs thin real fast. Just letting you know, just look at all these celebrities that marry comedians and how those always end up in like horrible, nasty divorces because the funny stuff has to stop. And you need someone, especially if you want someone in a real relationship, you need to be serious sometimes. And there needs to be times and moments where it's just you and them and it's just you together, not constantly cracking jokes and being silly and it all ends. Just look at these horrible celebrity marriages. And it's just some of the most nastiest divorces of ever. So being in love with someone's silly stupidness, come on, you're Twitter pated, unbelievable. But I don't like that about her. It's really stupid. But then she's really kind of nice. But I don't like that. Whatever. And I'm blushing. Okay, we get it. She's horny on me. We get it. Get back to the Ida match. Hootie blocks Ida's shot, and I'm thinking, what the hell is he doing? Oh, Hootie's going to be all the traps on the field, and nothing is everything's random. So there might be a pitfall, there might be a fireball, there might be a wall that pops up. So there's strategy to this game, but could you imagine running a pass play and then the guy catches it and then the hole opens up in the ground? It's just, there's I want to say an element of randomness. Lily gets the ball, she gets past her, and you could just run and knock people over. She gets up, she scores. So I guess they're tied up. And I guess there's one more play. I do like the fact that they both look pretty tired because they're both older now, and you can see Lila's her back. She's ugh, and then, Ida's hunched over, breathing really hard. I think that's really funny because I kind of just, the two old guys that used to be football stars and they're, oh, I could go out there and do it. And they realize, oh man, my body ain't what it used to be. Ida's haha, I'm gonna use one of my tricks. She opens it up, and actually I laughed at this. She's not gonna let her cheat. Oh, I looked in your lunchbox, but it was in her hair. How did you get it out of there? Damn you, Luce. So they're gonna have to just do this straight up. I guess they get the jump ball. Ida gets it. She gets the last point and wins. Hooray for her. She wins the game. And this is where now things are wow, things are getting a little more serious. Lila's pounding the ground. She's damn it, I can't go back empty-handed. So I'm assuming, is the Emperor, I don't know, punishing her? Is he I don't know, he's probably doing some magical torture to her or something. This is serious. I kind of like this. This is very nice of Ida to do this. She takes her ring off and gives it to Lilith. Tell him I put up a hell of a fight. And you came back with, so you're not empty-handed. Here, look, I did fight her, and she lost her ring, and I at least have this. Maybe this ring has a little bit of magic in it, or at least it shows her that she tried to get her instead. Because all these other times, he doesn't know that she's lying or not. Oh, are you really actually fighting your sister? And then she's well, next time, I'm coming for you, and I'm not coming alone. And then she's kind of trying to play it off. Remember every other time where they parted ways, it was kind of like a sisterly smile? This time, there was no smile from Lilith, so things are gonna get serious. And again, I'd rather watch this freaking show. I don't want to watch this stupid I'm blushing every time Luce comes around show. Yeah, it's cute, but my goodness, let's get back to the story. We get back to the attempted murder. That's what all this is. Giant spikes, fireballs. They're gonna kill the poor girl. Willow shows up. Boom, game's back on. We're gonna play. We're gonna play. We're gonna beat you, but you need 3 players. Gus, can you be any more pathetic? My goodness, when you make Bo from She-Ra seem like a manly man, things are going south for you, buddy. But I guess Amity joins. Oh, so Basha, so it's gonna be them 3 versus Basha's team. And so yeah, they're in their little uniforms and they're super cute. I do like the fact that they're wearing white and they're wearing black. So it's like, okay, I guess this must be the home and away jerseys, but of course the team wearing the white is gonna be the good guys, team wearing the black are the bad guys. And they're allowed to use magic against each other. Okay. So I thought this was a non-magic sport, but I guess that was just the way that Ida and Lilith were playing. Again, different rules. I don't know. They were playing street rugby, and this is a collegiate rugby. So they start the match, and then they're just kind of like, again, look at these giant saws and stuff that can kill you. Again, a simple explanation about how these things aren't actually physically dangerous, but whatever. No one knows how to write. Let's get back to the blushing. So they're helping each other out. They're scoring points. Remember how Luce wasn't athletic, and now she's like super crazy athletic. I hate this so much. That other girl with the green hair scores. And then I thought this was really nice. Luce goes like, wow, that was a good play. And then she's like, oh yeah, really? So it's like, wow, Luce is actually a nice person. Then Basha kind of gives her that evil look. And then of course she has to, give Luce an evil look. But we can tell that these other teammates aren't like Basha, which is good because Basha's just Basha the bitch. That should have been the name of the episode. They keep playing. Luce is using ice magic. She's stopping it. Basha used a fire spell. It left like the fire symbol on the ball. And she catches it. Then she puts a piece of paper on there, and that was enough to like learn the sigil. So now she has fire magic. So how's this game played? So if someone has the ball, you're not allowed to like tackle them and take it from them? Why is everyone standing around? Why are they letting her like examine this fire sigil thing? I hate this so much. I played sports. There's no sport like this. So she has a fireball now. Throws it over to Amity, and Amity like uses her little abomination fist to knock it in. Actually kind of a cool little combo move. And okay, so we have a room for one more play. So I guess after every score, there's a stoppage. So I guess it's like the kickoff, or I guess it would be more like a jump ball. It's like, here's the spells that I have. Oh, let's use this one. So they're going to do that big giant like vine jump thing, just like in the stupid movie. So they get the ball and she's running around and then she does it, right? She, instead of it just being her doing it, she makes it, passes the ball to Willow. Willow jumps on it. It launches her and she scores the final point. Like she dunks it, which is pretty funny. They're like all celebrating like they won. But then you look at the scoreboard, it's 999 to 10. And when it was like 9 to 10, like what the hell, what happened? Read another book. I love the fact that Harry Potter got a lot of kids to read. And I'm always for children reading stories, especially stories about good guys and overcoming evil and facing your fears. Those Harry Potter's, all the books, they're good books. But my goodness, did it kind of ruin a generation when it comes to like writing and stuff. So there's like this golden beetle thing that's like the golden snitch. And if you catch it, you automatically win the game. Why wasn't this ever explained to Luce when they were explaining the rules? And by the way, there's this little thing that flies around. Ugh, I hate it so much. And then Luce, when your character says how stupid something is in a show, it doesn't make it not stupid. I hate this so much. So it's like, oh, that just validates everything we did. What a dumb thing to have. Oh, okay, whatever. So they lost the game. Then the other other Basha's teammates run over to Willow and Luce like, oh, wow, that was a good game. It was actually a lot of fun playing against you. Hey, Willow, you want to join the team? Because I don't see how many, like if they have alternates, I'm assuming they have to have people that they rotate in and out. But she's like, no, that's okay. I'm not gonna, I played, it was fun, but maybe later some other time. And, these other girls seem pretty nice. I like this girl with the glasses. She's cute too. I do like that. I like how these other teammates weren't like Basha. They were willing, they had actually good sports. They actually weren't like her where there's like, they weren't playing this because they wanted to hurt anyone. They actually just wanted to win the game. Amity got hurt. I guess when she got tackled. These kids are made out of freaking balsa wood. Oh no, I can't talk. Oh, I'll carry you. Remember how it was established that Luce wasn't athletic. She couldn't lift a lever in the first episode? Now she can like just pick her up. And just I can blush. Be true to your characters. Why not just have her put her arm over her shoulder and then she has to carry her, but then they're like really close and, oh, that makes her blush. No, she just scoops her up like she doesn't weigh anything. Amity weighs 10 pounds. We get it. You just want this girl to be as horny as possible for this other girl. We get it. You don't have to do it for the rest of the show. We get it. It kind of reminds me of Track and Mate. The Kana and then that other girl. It's at that level. It's a little much. But then they're like, oh, they just go have fun. So like they're just messing around, like scoring, dunking the ball and everything, and they just had a whole bunch of fun. They get back home, and I don't like the fact that everyone treats Hootie like garbage. Oh, welcome home. They just stomp on him and knock him out of the way. Like, why are you gonna be so mean to him? King's in his little outfit doing like little dances, and they're like recording him. Oh no, we're not gonna show this to anybody. Again, I thought we were above making fun of a boy wearing a dress, and then now it's something to laugh at. I don't know. I thought we were better than that, but I guess not. They get back. They're in the house. Amity showed up, and I do like the fact that she did break her foot or something. And Hootie brings her in and she sits at the couch. I guess because they're all friends now. And yeah, end of the episode. Someone who never played sports wrote this. Or someone who just really, really dislikes the idea of sports. Jocks are jerks. Jocks are asses. And I was not the kid who didn't go to prom. I wasn't the kid who got all the stuff. The popular kids are evil. Whatever. Again, all the stuff about fixing the sport. Lilith and Ida aspect of this show is so much more interesting than, because what's with Luce? Oh, she's learning spells, but there's no finality to this. What happens? There's no great task she has to do. There's no enemy. There's nothing. There's just her going to school. See, there's finality with Ida. She's got to cure this curse, or it's going to take her over and possibly just turn her into a freaking monster. Where did the curse come from? Why does Lilith want her to join so bad? What's the Emperor, what's his plan for these he said he had a big plan and he wanted Ida to be a part of it. There's a lot of stuff there, but it just keeps getting pushed to the side just to show a girl blush for another girl. You did it with the prom episode. Is this going to be every single time? Please, God, don't let it be like that, because there's real story here. You're telling me, people in the comments, you're telling me you'd rather have Amity and Luce running around blushing, holding hands more than story? You'd rather have that? That's pathetic. Demand more. I want a good story. I want something I want to learn more about this world. I don't know. It just feels like I'm in the minority here. I am a minority. I am the minority when it comes to the show. I don't care that two girls love each other. I don't care if they're girlfriends and everything, but it shouldn't be the full part of the show, because you gave me all this other stuff that's way more interesting. If this was some romantic shoujo anime and there was two girls in love, okay, that's what it's about. It's about these two girls finding out that they like each other. That's the story. But there's other story here that's way more interesting than that. You can have both, but you only have so much time to devote to each of these things. It should be 90-10. 90% story, 10% romance, shipping, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I'm all cut up now. This will probably post after the new episode, but I did watch it before that, so finally, I want to start getting back into Amphibia and catch up with that show. But thanks for watching, guys. Leave in the comments below. Do you think the show is going to just become this nonstop shipfest? Or are they going to actually get back to the story? But thanks, everyone. I read all the comments. Some of them kind of go off in crazy directions where two people just end up in an argument. And it's just like, I don't even know how to handle this. But yeah, I love all the activity. Thanks, guys. Thumb up the video if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. But stay subbed. And I should have this episode should be posted pretty soon. And the newest one probably the next day.
Dang it, Luce. Your nonsense has gotten into my head.
Crimson Sin here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.